So let me write in those numbers. So I have to deduct, right, because I'm writing checks, 572, 638, 166, 406, 28, and 91706. Okay. Again, that's these here five checks. Right. So I've looked. I'm doing the bank statement side, so I look at what's on my check register and what isn't on my register. What is on my register that is not on my bank statement, I have to put it on. I make the adjustment to the bank statement side. So now that's all of the transactions have been accounted for. So all we end up needing to do left is just doing the math. Okay, and the final balance, when I do the math, I take the 6,500, 1,800, 4,200. I do the math for all of this. I end up with an ending figure of $12,546 even. Okay, I do the same thing with the bank statement side. I take this 11,800, 3,300, and all of these checks, and when I do the math, I end up with $12,546 even. Okay. Now they're the same. That means I've reconciled. Great, done. I know what my correct balance should be in my register. So the final thing that I would do is, on my check register, okay, I would have to write in the things that were not on my bank statement. I'm sorry, the things that were on my bank statement that I didn't put in my check register. In other words, I'd have to, out of the $6,588.42, now I would have to show that I had this deposit, this deposit, and this deposit, and I would show that I don't need I have to show the adjustment of the $720 between this for this check 634, and I would have to show this charge, and this charge. So as I write in those line items, I'm going to be adjusting that balance, and when I do the math, I finally do the math, my new check register balance should be $12,546 even. Okay. Right. And that's pretty much basically all there is to it. I don't need to write in anything on the bank statement, obviously. These here checks and this deposit, as they get cashed in the next month or in future months, they'll just automatically be taken into account as part of the ending bank statement. But as you can see, I was showing $6,588 as my balance. Well, that isn't right. I had 3 additional deposits here, which raised my balance. Okay, I had an adjustment for this check, right, which raised my balance because I had taken out $720 too much. And then I have these here charges which I didn't take out to lower my balance. So my correct ending balance is $12,546, and that is what matches the bank. Okay, so that's pretty much how you go about it. Let me show you what it looks like just real quick in a little bit more easier format, right? Readable format, and it's a quick summary. Okay, I started out with these beginning balances. Now remember, they're the ending balance in my check register and the ending balance on my bank statement. When I looked at my checkbook, I compared it with the bank statement and found that on the bank statement I had a deposit here, a deposit here, a deposit here. That was on my bank statement and not on my register. So I have to adjust on my register side. I had to make an adjustment for an error in the check. Now these are all added in. Okay, so when I added in, I ended up with that balance. But then I looked at the bank statement and said, oh, what was taken out of my bank statement that wasn't in my check register? And I found a service charge, non-sufficient fund, and a health payment, right? And those were deductions. Okay, so when I take the 13,400 and I subtract those deductions, I end up with that balance. That's only half of the reconciliation. The other half is we have to do just the opposite. I look at my bank statement and say, what's in my check register that isn't in my bank statement? So I had a deposit for the 3,300. I'm adding that in, which gives me a new balance there. Then I had written all of these here checks that I showed on my check register that hadn't been cashed yet. So obviously I have to deduct that amount, right? And when I deduct those amounts from that balance, I end up with a 12,546, which is the exact same balance in my check register, which means my reconciliation is correct. Now, if I was off by 1 penny, I need to go back and find out why I was off by 1 penny. Maybe you did the math wrong, maybe you just wrote the wrong number, or maybe there was 2, 3, 4 transactions that you didn't account for. You need to account for them, and the math has to come out right so that the number is exactly the same. You can't fudge it. Right? You can't have 12,546.01 and 12,546.00 and say, oh, it's only a penny off. Let me just write in 00 and I'll be reconciled, or 01 and I'd be reconciled. If you do that, you're wrong. You need to find the errors and get them to balance out correctly. All right? So that's kind of like the process. If you have any additional questions, like I said, feel free to call and speak with an instructor or email us. We'll be more than happy to help you through the process and help you understand what's going on. Or watch the video, several more times again. Again, you have the ability to, pause, rewind, rewatch. It's a concept. It's an idea. The concept is look at one, see what's on the other, and if what's on the other isn't there, put it on that one. That's the idea, but no two bank reconciliations are going to be the same. So whenever you're coming across a new situation, whether it's a homework problem or a test, okay, yeah, you can go back in the book and you can follow the steps, okay, but realize that not all situations can be put into a textbook, right? And therefore you might come across different things in the homework problem, the test question, or in real life. But it's basically all the same idea, the same concept. What was added, what was deducted. Put one on the other. Very, very simple. Okay? I hope you understood that, and like I said, if you have any additional questions, feel free to contact us, and have a great day. Okay?